Welcome to Crushing Borneo with just two players. Smooth and I are going to just run through this entire map with no deaths, except I'm going to let Smooth die one time. Sorry, Smooth. That was my fault. You'll see how that comes up. But for the most part, yeah, two players playing on Crushing, running all the way through. When you start this part out, obviously you want to run up and break some necks and get some guns because Nate and Sully decided to go to Borneo without weapons, even though they have like empty holsters strapped on them, and it's retarded. So anyway, yeah, you want to stay in this one section right here, shoot everybody to death. Stick with us, and we'll show you all the tips, tricks, exploits, all the. I'll explain exactly how all the spawn waves work, exactly how to manipulate the spawn waves to get through this map extremely easily, because obviously if we can get through it with just two people on Crushing and not die, you should be able to do fairly well, following our tactics and everything. And basically that's how I plan to talk you through all the maps on Crushing, so you can get that Crushing star, or get whatever trophies you need, if you have the DLC trophy pack. So basically, yeah, we're just gonna run up and kill these people. We get a checkpoint really early on. If you just stick together and stay in that back section and just work your way forward, that part right there is not too challenging. Go ahead and weapon up, obviously, before you get into this red ring and trigger the checkpoint. Once again, the way the checkpoints work is that as soon as one player enters the ring, it triggers a 90-second timer, after which it'll automatically trigger the checkpoint. So if you want to take a break or whatever between checkpoints, just don't go into the ring. Now, some people think that one player needs to stand here and beat on this box while the other players defend them. That's not the case. Notice Smooth is going all the way back to where we started. If you got three players, you want the other two players to go all the way back. And I just hit triangle one time. I didn't even let him go through the animation of tapping the box, and that spawns enemies. Notice that guy spawned, and I got back here just in time. So that's what you want to do, is let all your teammates get all the way back here, and one player needs to just tap triangle one time, and that'll spawn a boatload of enemies. And then you just want to come right back here, let all the enemies come to you. You don't want to be caught up there in the middle of them. That's just pointless, actually. So once again, remember that since we're playing on Crushing, every time you melee somebody, there's a very high chance that they will drop a revenge grenade. And that's true not only for the regular enemies, but for the grabbers as well. And there was an armored grabber named Jimmy going to grab Smooth, and I'm like, oh crap, where are you at? He's back here in this back corner, and his helmet's already off, so I'm going to drop kick him. Smooth's going to grab that grenade. But like I said, be very careful with those grenade drops, especially since sometimes you do that drop kick animation and your character doesn't stand up quick enough to hit triangle on the throwback timer. So most of the enemies will come towards us. You'll notice when they're done, we're going to move forward here, and notice where I stop at, and I'm looking up at the bridge, because there's a heavy up there on the bridge. When I say heavy, I mean armored guy with a helmet on. You see me shooting him on the dome, and there's a guy up there with a RPG. And if we progress too far to the left here, too far out in that open area, that guy with that RPG can just totally brutalize you. And so that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm taking my time trying to just barely go left enough that I can see these enemies and get them to die. And a couple of regular guys and stuff will hop down, and Smooth's taking care of those guys that hop down to this ground level with us. If you had other teammates, you would want them to do the same or whatever. Notice that explosion really almost faded me out. We come into this with regeneration and team safe as our kickbacks. And once again, I point out that I've got videos on how to quickly max out regeneration and quickly max out team safe. You can max out team safe from beginning to end in like 10-15 minutes using my method. There's a guy with the RPG. I just saw him. See, he just fired a rocket down here. He's not armored, so you can just body shot him. And he's dead pretty quick. Once he's dead, now I'm a lot more confident that I'm not gonna catch a rocket to the face. Remember, those rockets, sometimes you can like be behind cover or whatever, but the splash damage will still kill you. And so I'm peppering shots to the face hole of this guy right here. Notice everybody's wearing the clown masks. I kind of like crushing on Uncharted 2 better myself because everybody was skeletons. I thought that was wicked as hell. So we're gonna run over here, and that guy's still alive. Alright, he finally dies. And once we know everybody's dead, one player needs to finish tapping on the box, and no more enemies spawn at this point. And see, that was a lot more simple than standing out here in the middle of everything. And whoever breaks these boxes open is going to get a medal. There's 4 boxes, and it's good to communicate with your teammates and decide who needs medals based on what their kickbacks are. I came into this with cluster bomb. I think cluster bombs are fantastic kickback to use. So is Army of 3. Smooth had done Legacy, so he didn't have any of the good kickbacks. But I'm going to break these videos up real short to show you each section. So check the video response.